Before diving deep into this chapter, let's take a look at a few examples to understand why there is a need to create additional variables over and above the variables that we get in the input data. In any analysis, often the focus is on creating metrics or KPIs around which one can derive insights. And for one to compute these KPIs, creating a new variable is just a stepping stone. Let's look at a few examples of these KPIs which can help us understand that these KPIs may not be a part of the input data itself, and one might need to create new variables in order to create these. Here I am showing just a few categories of these KPIs, and in actual there could be many more such categories. Here you can see some of the examples where we are deriving new variables over and above the raw variables that are present in the input data. For example, here we are computing year of joining based on the joining date. Similarly, we can compute the date difference between any two given dates whenever there is a requirement, and we can compute age as of today or maybe vintage in years. Similarly, we can make use of two variables to compute a ratio which gives us a better view of the overall metric. For example, the percentage market share metric that we are computing here, or the percentage target achieved metric. On similar lines, creating a bin or a categories variables like the one mentioned out here, which is high, medium and low, often comes handy for data summarization purposes. After looking at these examples, I really hope that the need to create a new variable is clear, as all of this information may not be present in the input data as is, and one might need to create more meaningful variables in order to add richness to the input data for analysis purpose.